This event is organized by the Social Science Club and the NSS unit of Bombay Teachers Training College under the guidance of Dr. Raju Talreja ma'am, Dr. Manisha Tyagi ma'am and Dr. Neelu Verma ma'am. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj said, "The whole world respects those who bend before dharma, truth, excellence and God." Shiv Swaraj Din is celebrated in Maharashtra on the 6th of June every year to mark the coronation day of the great Maratha warrior king Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. This day is celebrated widely in Maharashtra, especially in Raigad, where locals organize a coronation ceremony for Shivaji at the Raigad fort. Many devotees of Shivaji from outside the district also come to Raigad to witness these grand celebrations. They wish each other a happy coronation day and offer wreaths to the statue of Shivaji. The coronation of Chhatrapati Shivaji was an event of enormous magnitude, something that ought to be. The Yadavs of Deogri had ceased being a political power by 1368. The Vijayanagar kingdom to the south and the short-lived rule of the Hemchandra Vikramaditya to the north had become distinct memories. In every direction you looked, the land was ruled by Turks, Persians, Afghans, and the courtly language was Persians. The laws were given on the basis of Quran and the Hadiths. Whatever their merits, this style of governance was not in consonance with the Hindu Dharma Shastras or the Hindu canonical law. Only in the remote villages and in inaccessible mountain tracts did the rules of the old Pathans and Deshmukhs remain. By winning unquestioned supremacy over a large tract from Nasik to Kolhapur, Chhatrapati Shivaji was in a position to create a truly Hindu court. He commanded armies of thousands and his rule extended over several lakh people. So why couldn't he simply pass rules and laws? Chhatrapati Shivaji was aware that it would be injustice to provide his people with a poor copy of the Mughal code. He understood sovereignty and Swarajya very well, and hence everything was to be done according to the Hindu Dharma Shastras. The scriptures were clear that only an Abhishekta Raja had the right to govern. The Rajya Abhishek or the coronation ceremony was essentially the process to make Chhatrapati Shivaji an Abhishekta Raja. Through this ceremony, Shivaji Maharaj was raised to the status of Vishnu and Indra and thus considered a representative of the gods. Thus, by doing so, Chhatrapati Shivaji represented a clear break from the contemporary Mughal and Sultanate traditions. The entire ceremony lasted for several days and it was conducted by Pandit Bhagavat. It was a long ceremony lasting 6 days, culminating in Chhatrapati Shivaji ascending the golden Singhasana at dawn on Jyeshta Sudha Trayadashi corresponding to 6 June 1674. A Brahmin named Nishchalpuri Goswami declared that the original coronation had been held under inauspicious stars. Brahmin Bhagavat committed certain mistakes in performing the rites and a second coronation was needed, which ultimately took place on 24th of September 1674. Over the course of life, Shivaji made history with some of the most significant battles in the Maratha Empire. He is mostly known for expanding the Maratha Empire and establishing a progressive civil rule with well-structured administrative organizations. He is also revered as the hero of Hindus as he revived ancient Hindu political traditions and court confections during his rule as king. It is also significant to note that during this time, Shivaji was given the title of Shakakarta, which means founder of an era, and Chhatrapati, that is paramount sovereign. He also took the title of Hendeva Dharmodharak, which means protector of the Hindu faith, during his coronation ceremony. Chhatrapati Shivaji's coronation wasn't merely only about a king ascending to throne. It represented the return of Hindu state in its territories. This was the foundation on which rested the future Maratha Empire. This event proved to be a watershed moment in Maratha history, as it has also marked the beginning of Hindavi Swarajya in India. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. Thank you. We would now like to show you one video of how the coronation ceremony of Shivaji was done.
Musicians began to play on their instruments. Singers began to sing, and music and singing filled the air. There was an atmosphere of joy everywhere. Shivaji Raje sat on a golden seat in full regalia, including the canopy, that is the chhatra, and the fans, that is the chamre. There were priests, each one carrying ghee, honey and curds. Radha Bhatt himself carried a gold vessel filled with the waters of the 7 rivers, Ganga, Sindhu, Yamuna, Godavari, Krishna, Narmada and Kaveri. Radha Bhatt held the vessel over Shivaji's head and started reciting the coronation mantras. From 100 tiny holes in the vessel, water of the 7 rivers started dripping down on Shivaji's head. After ablutions by the sacred waters, Shivaji Maharaj got up and bowed before Jija Mata and touched her feet. Jija Mata held him in close embrace. Her eyes were filled with tears of joy. The dream she had nursed even before Shivaji's birth had at last come true. The tears in her eyes were tears of joy and fulfillment. Shivaji Maharaj was also deeply moved. Glory be to both of them. At an auspicious hour, Shivaji Maharaj sat on the throne. Maharani Soirabai and the Crown Prince Sambhaji sat next to him. His aged ministers stood on either side. Ganga Bhatt held the canopy lined with gold and pearl tassels over his head and said, "Victory be to Shiva Chhatrapati, now crowned king, the ornament of the race of warriors." Everyone present followed suit and in one voice wished victory to Shivaji. Guns were fired from fort after point. The whole of Maharashtra echoed with one voice, Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai! Shivaji's coronation took place in 1674. From that year, Shivaji started a new calendar, the coronation calendar. He became a great king like those in whose name people start a new era. He struck his own coins. Some foreign envoys were present at the coronation. The British had sent their envoy, Oxenden, with valuable presents. Through them, the whole world came to know of the big event. Shivaji's fame spread everywhere. The water of which 7 rivers was filled in the golden vessel? Answer. The water from Ganga.
Hello. Thank you so much for the presentation and the speech. And now I would like to welcome Dr. Bhagwan Balani for addressing the audience. Yes.
Let's ask her
Sir, because the videos will be separate.
Good morning, dear students and my dear colleagues. After so many years competitive training college, I can see students in the month of June. We haven't seen students in the month of June because our state summer vacation used to be in July, and we used to start either in July or either in August. For the first time, we are getting a full year. The show will run on the way we have been gathering and learning together as a learning community. So please be given with whatever the facility that we have got, expert teachers, and many more people are going to visit competitive training college. They will conduct workshops and many more learning activities. And I'm very happy that Student Council and other focus groups, clubs have taken up the charge to organize programs like these. Now these programs may not be so fine-tuned, but because we have come back after the vacation, but I believe that now henceforth the program that we will conceptualize, a lot of brainstorming will go into that, and we will come up with more comprehensive programs. As far as this Shivraj Day celebrations are concerned, I would like to pass on one message to all of you based on the philosophy of our Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. And according to his philosophy, no doubt whatever you read in the textbooks, literature, on YouTube, and many more things, you must have heard from the speech, from the maybe which is available on the Google. But he was considered as a most scientific ruler, and there are so many stories where he respected all religions, and he was actually the king of people. So, and his philosophy was not to favor one community or the other community. Whosoever used to be right, whatever the situation in which the truth that he used to learn from confronting with the people, he used to always support the truth. So he was a different kind of king. And and the kind of administration that he gave in those years was never witnessed in the history of not only in Maharashtra but all over India, and that's why. And he believed in unity in diversity, and he maintained that by including people from other communities, other religions, and had a very composite kind of darbar. People, the minister who used to take care of all the communities, and he was very rational in his approach, listening to the poor, helping them. So I believe that we need to look into those aspects which really we need to learn from histories of such stalwarts. So I believe that students, while preparing for any of those programs, please look those aspects and accordingly prepare. Do not pick up what is there on the internet, on the YouTube, but be more rational, be more inclusive in your own approach. So explore the brighter sides and the most scientific sides of the history, and if you can present it, I think everybody will like it. So once again, we are the teachers, and if you see our societies emerging plurally with a lot of people, and we need to have a scientific and inclusive approach in all our communications, in all our presentations. So please be careful and store. So now moving on to the next session, I am stopping over here, but after the second presentation is over, I will just share with you what is next for you all. And I think that a lot of learning will take place in this session, and let us determine, let us be together and experience what new things can be added to your professional profile. Over to the organizers. Thank you, Dr. Manisha Tyagi, Dr. Verma, Dr. Rajiv Taneja for organizing such a wonderful program. Thank you all. Yes. Student volunteers. Yeah, please come forward. Yeah. Yes, yes. Excuse me, Shreya Beta, please. Allow him to speak, yes. You can come now. मराठीमध्ये बोलायचं बोलू शकता.
So I was actually not going to come today. I was supposed to go to Raigad, but that's the reason I was not participating in today's event. So first of all, महाराष्ट्राच्या आराध्य दैवत छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांना नमन करून मी आपलं भाषण सुरू करतो. It will take 10 minutes. So please allow me. First of all, I could not stop myself from speaking about Shivaji Maharaj, so hence I came forward. So बचपन से जब शिवाजी महाराज को स्टोरी सुनाते थे जिजा माता, तब जिजा माता स्टोरीज किसके सुनाते थे शिवाजी महाराज को? महाराणा प्रताप, पृथ्वीराज चौहान. सो अभी जस्ट महाराणा प्रताप का जयंती हुआ 2 जून को. मोस्टली अपने लोगों को पता नहीं रहेगा, which is a bad thing. You should know everything, especially about our kings, about Indian kings. So 2 जून तो हम उनको नमन करेंगे, हम उनको आदरांजलि पाएंगे और हम लोग आगे का स्टार्ट करेंगे. सो आज प्रियंका मेंशन निश्चल पुरी. तो निश्चल पुरी एक तांत्रिक था और हम शिवाजी महाराज से बहुत कंसर्न करते थे हमेशा. तो जब कोरोनेशन हुआ, काका भट्ट ने जब कोरोनेशन किया, जब काका भट्ट ने कोरोनेशन किया, तब महाराज को विघ्न आ रहे थे, कुछ ना कुछ विघ्न आ रहे थे. तो महाराज ने निश्चलपुरी को अप्रोच किया कि ये जो मैंने किया है, जो कोरोनेशन हुआ है, वो सही टाइम पे हुआ है. तो निश्चलपुरी ने सर्च किया और बताया कि ये जो मुहूर्त था वो सही बाई निम्बाळकर, जो शिवाजी महाराज की फर्स्ट वाइफ थी, वो जब उनका जब देहांत हुआ उसी नक्षत्र में हुआ था और वही मुहूर्त चुना गया था. और फिर निश्चलपुरी ने बताया कि अगले 14 दिन बहुत क्रिटिकल है, अगले 14 दिन में कुछ तो हो सकता है, कुछ बुरा होने वाला है, तो संभालना पड़ेगा. शिवाजी महाराज को बताया. तो शिवाजी महाराज ने पूछा कि अभी इसका सोल्यूशन क्या कर सकते हैं. तो तांत्रिक ने बोला, निश्चलपुरी ने बोला कि हम लोग वापस कोऑर्डिनेशन करेंगे। पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी लिसनिंग, तो वापस कोऑर्डिनेशन करेंगे बोला। तो फिर वापस कोऑर्डिनेशन हुआ, लेकिन जो समस्या थी वो टली नहीं। आफ्टर कोऑर्डिनेशन एग्जैक्टली आफ्टर 14 डेज जिजामाता आई। तो उसका जो तांत्रिक ईश्वरपुरी का कहना था कि कुछ तो होने वाला 14 डेज में, वो हो गया, जिजामाता आई। और एक स्टोरी में बताऊंगा कि शिवाजी महाराज इज अ ग्रेट किंग। एवरीवन नोज ही वाज अ ग्रेट किंग, ही डिड फैंटास्टिक थिंग्स। ही वाज अ ग्रेट किंग बिकॉज ऑफ हिज पीपल। जो उनके सरदार थे वो बहुत महान थे, मतलब जान दे देंगे, सबको पता जान दे देंगे। एक स्टोरी बता रहा हूँ मैं, कुर्तोजी गुजर, सरदार कुर्तोजी गुजर। तो कुर्तोजी गुजर जब मिर्जा अली जय सिंह आए थे, अटैक किया पुरंदर पे। मिर्जा अली जय सिंह एक मुगल के सरदार थे, उन्होंने अटैक किया था महाराष्ट्र में पुरंदर फोर्ट के ऊपर। और तब महाराज बहुत बेचैन थे कि क्या होगा, अभी मिर्जा अली जय सिंह आए, अभी कुछ हो नहीं रहा है, वो जा नहीं रहा है, हम एक एक फोर्ट हारते जा रहे हैं। तो बहुत टेंशन में थे। और जो कुर्तोजी गुजर थे वो देख रहे थे कि महाराज का टेंशन देख रहे थे कि बहुत टेंशन है महाराज, कुछ उपाय नहीं निकल रहा है, तो क्या करें। तो फिर कुर्तोजी गुजर इन्होंने क्या किया, उधर छावनी लगी थी मिर्जा अली जय सिंह की, वो छावनी में अकेले गए, रात के समय अकेले गए वो, और बोले कि मैं उसको मार के आऊंगा और मेरे राजा का जो प्रॉब्लम है उससे दूर करूंगा। लोग गए, अकेले गए उधर, और जैसे ही मारने वाले थे मिर्जा जय सिंह ने पकड़ लिया उनको। मिर्जा जय सिंह ने पूछा तुम कौन हो, तुम कौन, क्या करना है इधर। तो उन्होंने बोला कि मैं सरदार हूँ शिवाजी महाराज का। उन्होंने बोला ठीक है, फिर क्यों आए तुम इधर, तुमको मारने आया हूँ, मैं तो समस्या देख ही नहीं चाहती कि मेरे राजा इतना टेंस है और मेरे को नहीं होएगा, मैं तुम्हें मारने आया इधर। तो बोलता है ठीक है मार लो। तो फिर उन्होंने बोलता है मार दो, तो वो बोलते हैं कि हाँ मार दो। तो जैसे ही मारने को जाता है मिर्जा अली सिंह शौक सुमन बोलते हैं कि तुम चलो दिल्ली चलो, इधर क्या कर रहे हो तुम, दिल्ली चलो, तुमको बड़ी जागीर दी जाएंगी, सब कुछ दी जाएंगी, दिल्ली चलो। तो वो बोलते हैं कि नहीं मैं दिल्ली नहीं जाऊंगा। और फिर वो जो मिर्जा अली जय सिंह रहते हैं उनको छोड़ देते हैं, सम्मान करके छोड़ देते हैं। फिर वो राजा के पास आते हैं। तो शिवाजी महाराज पूछते हैं कि क्या तुमने कल क्या किया, इतना पराक्रम किया तुमने, अकेले गए तुम। तो जो कुर्तोजी गुजर रहते हैं वो बोलते हैं हाँ महाराज, मेरे को आपकी समस्या, आपकी प्रॉब्लम्स देखी नहीं चाह रही, तो मैंने उनको खत्म करने के लिए अकेला चला गया। तब शिवाजी महाराज पूछते हैं कि तो फिर क्या बोला उन्होंने, कि वापस कैसे आ गए। उन्होंने तो फिर कुर्तोजी गुजर बोलते हैं कि महाराज उन्होंने छोड़ दिया मुझे, सम्मान किया मेरा और छोड़ दिया। तो फिर महाराज बोलते इतना अच्छा सम्मान किया, तुमको दिल्ली में जागीर देने वाले थे, तो फिर क्यों नहीं एक्सेप्ट क्यों नहीं की। तो बोलते हैं कि महाराज अगर मर गया फिर भी चलेगा, लेकिन कभी आपका जो नमक था उसको कभी ये नहीं करूंगा, चुगलाऊंगा नहीं। फिर महाराज ने तब उनको बदली दिया था प्रतापराव, तब से उनका नाम पड़ा प्रतापराव गुजर। प्रतापराव गुजर इज द सेकंड सरसेनापति ऑफ महाराष्ट्र का कमांडर इन चीफ, सेकंड कमांडर इन चीफ आफ्टर नेताजी पालकर ऑफ मराठा आर्मी। So yeah, that's it. I'll conclude by saying कि if God comes and gives me an opportunity and tells me कि tell me what you want to become in life, I'll grant you anything. So I'll just tell him I want to become a Maharaj of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. That's it. Thank you. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai Bhavani.
Morning everyone. I, Deepanika Mondal, on behalf of Bombay Teachers Training College and HSNC University, would like to express a heartfelt thanks to our esteemed principal, Dr. Bhagwan Balani sir, and our mentors for helping us with the organization of this event. Dr. Rajiv Talreja ma'am, Dr. Manisha Tyagi ma'am, and Dr. Neelu Verma ma'am. And special thanks to the audience for participating and being present here and being so enthusiastic about the whole event. Thank you.